Expats who refuse to integrate and why it matters. Now, some people live in Thailand for 10 or 15 or 20 years and they never really become part of it. And I'm not talking about tourists, I'm talking about people who live here. They have a routine, they have a place, they have their life set up, but they're still living on the outside looking in. They may eat foreign food almost every day. They may not speak much Thai. Maybe they only speak, Sawadee Kap, oh, Kap Kun Kap, that kind of thing. They spend most of their time around other foreigners, and over time, something starts to feel off, and that is when the complaints start. Thailand is confusing, things don't make sense, people don't understand me, I can't learn the language, blah, 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 blah. My name is Scott. I'm an American who's been living in Thailand for almost 32 years now. For more than 13 years, I've been making videos and live streams pertaining to Thailand, Southeast Asia, and various other expat destinations here. And if you like this video, please click like. And if you have yet to subscribe, please do so. Remember to hit the notification bell so you'll stay informed of my upcoming videos and live streams. All right, let's get back to it. Here's the part people don't want to hear. Thailand didn't fail you. You just never stepped into it. You never got into it the way you were supposed to. And so these kind of things. Now, listen, before anybody gets defensive, let me define what I mean by integration, because a lot of people hear that word and think I have to become Thai. And that's not what I'm saying. I'm still very American, but I am integrated into the system. You don't need to speak fluent Thai. You don't need to abandon who you are. You don't need to eat Thai food every day or suddenly change your lifestyle and start wearing a Thai shirt and a sarong and all these other kind of things. But you do need to make some level of effort, because integration at its core is not about identity. It's about participation. And here is the truth. The level of integration you actually need is not that deep, but is deeper than most people go. A lot of people don't want to put any effort into it. I know people who have lived here longer than me, and they speak about 10 words of Thai, and that's it. But let me explain. If you can do a few basic things, you're already ahead of most expats, and I mean way ahead. And the first, like I'm saying here all the time, learn a little basic Thai. Doesn't have to be perfect, doesn't have to be fluent, but enough to function. Order your food in Thai. Be polite. Handle simple transactions. But the moment you speak a little bit of Thai, something changes and people open up and relax. And you're not just a foreigner passing through. They view you as someone who is integrated into their system, or at least trying. And you got to understand the culture instead of fight it. And this is a big one, because a lot of people come here with the mindset, this is how we do it back home. And that mindset kills it right away. It's more about saving face. It's about less confrontation, and you don't have to agree with everything that they're doing. But if you constantly push, then you're just going to be frustrated. If you're fighting everything, you're going to be frustrated. You're going to get frustrated. Now, third, you can have a real interaction with Thai people. I have them all the time, and I'm not just talking about surface level interactions. I'm not just talking about ordering food. I'm not talking about someone who's being paid to talk to you. I'm talking about small, everyday connections. Neighbors, shop owners, people you see regularly. Even short conversations matter, because that's how you start to feel you're part of something. Not fully, but you are part of it. Just enough. Now, you also need to be able to handle your life here, and this is huge, really. If you can't handle your dealings with immigration, with bills, with hospitals, with transportation, going to the bank. I mean, I can't imagine how many people complain about their interactions with the bank. If you can't do things without relying on someone else, like your wife, like your girlfriend, you're not integrated. You're just a dependent. That's what you are. And the Thais feel that. If you need your wife to help you go buy a glass or get a price or whatever it is, you need to work harder. That's what I'm going to say. This might be the biggest one, but stop comparing everything to back home. This is where a lot of guys get stuck because every situation becomes, well, in my country, this wouldn't happen. It wouldn't happen back home. This doesn't make sense to me. And the more you do that, the more disconnected you will be and you will stay because you're living in Thailand. Everything is done as the way that the Thais do. You're mentally living somewhere else and you need to be living in Thailand. Hey, how do they work this problem out? You working the problem out the way it's worked out in the United States or in Australia or the UK or wherever is not going to help you here most of the time. You need to think about how are things handled here. And the truth that nobody really wants to say out loud is you are never going to be Thai. Even if you do these things, it's not going to happen. But that's okay. We're all different, and the goal is not to become Thai. The goal is to become comfortable and capable and somewhat connected. That's it. So that's why I talk about how people don't integrate, because there are reasons why people don't integrate, and sometimes it's laziness. And I'll just tell you, even learning basic Thai takes a little bit of effort. You have to try a little bit. Understanding the culture takes constant effort. You're constantly learning. And a lot of people just don't want to do it. And maybe this is comfort. Maybe it's finding your routine. Maybe it's the places you go, your people. Sometimes people are intimidated and, they stay in a place and they don't want to go anywhere else. The language is different. The system is different. It's easier to avoid things than to deal with them. And sometimes people come here thinking that what they're doing is temporary. Oh, it'll get better. And then it doesn't. A year turns into 5, and 5 turns into 10, and then they adjust, and over time, they've got a gap between them and the Thais, and it's us and them. It's not we. And you're physically in Thailand, but mentally you might be somewhere else. What good is that? Okay? That's where frustration starts. That's where you start to feel disconnected. You don't fully understand what's going on around you, and you start blaming Thailand for that feeling. And Thailand doesn't fail you. It's not failing you. But to be fair, really, you don't have to integrate 100%. I'm not that much into Thailand. I mean, I live here. I'm into it. I do what I have to do. There are people who live here for decades and they stay in their bubble and they're fine. They built a life that works for them. And that's okay. But the trade-off is that they're never going to have any real deep connections. And they're probably not going to really learn about the country where they live. They're not going to understand the culture. And there's always going to be a layer of distance between you and where you live. And my stance is relatively simple. You don't have to integrate. You just have to understand that Thailand gives you opportunities, it gives you options, and it gives you a different way of living, but it's not going to chase you. You have to kind of put the effort in. I'm not talking about 24/7, nonstop. You've got to put the effort in, but you have to put the effort in. And it's just not going to pull you in. It's not going to say, hey, come to me. You have to step to it. And if you don't, then don't be surprised after 20 years you feel like an outsider. I know a lot of guys, and I've read a lot of things on forums from guys, oh yeah, you know how they are. You know how they can be. You know about this. This is Thailand. This is the Thai people. It's always like that. And it's not like, hey, listen, this is the way they do things. Get used to it, So that's something else you got to think about. Integration is effort, and it's not perfection. So you should remember that. You don't need to go real deep, but you do need to participate. You do need to try. And I know that's hard for some of you. I know a few people, and I know one in particular. He's like, I will never learn to speak the language here. Fuck them. I don't care. Well, then be that way, okay? It's only hurting you. It's not hurting anybody else. The experience that you get kind of depends on what you put in. That's how it works. Anyway, remember to smash the like button, subscribe, hit the notification bell. If you'd like to show your support for the channel, you can do so by joining the VIP section of the channel. hit the join button down below. It's $1.99. You can become a VIP member. Not much, but that is all I have. Until next time, I'm Scott. I'm an American in Bangkok. I'm in Bangkok right now. Chok di leo jerken mai. That is good luck and see you again. Take care.